start of our day and I'm so excited. It is hot, it is warm, and it is sunny, and we are gonna go for a run. Well, I'm going for a run. Ami is gonna join me, but with her bike. The goal is to run between 5 to 10K. So I'm looking around like a 7-kilometer run. And this is because next week I have a 10K run at Victoria Park, and I'm really excited because it's gonna be my second race. I'm not trying to like beat my personal time, although that would be nice, because I was struggling in the last one. My sister is joining me. My sister is doing a 5K though, so she'll start running a little later than me. Yeah, I'm just so excited because I think it's going to be such a nice run. I've never actually, have I been to Victoria Park? I've probably been to Victoria Park, but I've never like ran there before. So I'm really looking forward to see how like the course is. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun time. I wanted to talk about this because I sometimes get some DMs asking how to get into running and how I started running. So I thought, let's share a little bit. I have some notes here, so if I keep looking down, it's because of that. So my history of running, everything changed in 2014 when I moved to Japan. I moved to Japan to work as a model. For exercise, I really enjoyed running because I found somewhere like a park near me that I could go running. I really began enjoying it. I would run between 5 to 10K. Running back then for me was more of a cardio for losing weight. That was like my sole reason for running. Fast forward to 2024, I started running again, and I can't believe it's just, I feel like I've been running for like so long. I moved back to the UK, it's been 3 years. Last year, 2024, I began running again. I hadn't ran in like quite a long time, like a few years. Yeah, definitely I started from scratch again. But this time I began running as cardio, but also the main focus was mental clarity and for my mental health. But also, of course, like there's the pros of also like losing weight. But it's not my sole focus anymore. Like my sole focus now is really like, this is so good for my mental health, a routine. So how I began running and what I would recommend for anyone who wants to begin running. Don't be discouraged if you don't like running at first. Running can suck when you hate it, but it gets better as you keep going on. I promise, it keeps getting better. I would say start slow. And by that I mean maybe start 1 kilometer. You're running at a slow pace for like 1 kilometer, and then start building it. Maybe next time you go for 2 kilometer and then 3 kilometer. You know, like just keep building. I'm someone who loves having like goals. So whenever I'm like, I'm gonna push myself and like run X amount of kilometers, you know, I'm going to try and run this 5K faster than I did before. But yeah, start with a slow pace. You know, sometimes we tend to push ourselves in the beginning, and this totally depends on your goals. But I would say start slow and, you know, just take it easy so that you can complete that goal, because it is so good, the feeling when, especially if you're using, like I use the Nike app, and every time I reach my goal, she says, congratulations, you have reached your goal of X kilometers. It's just that satisfying feeling that you're like, I did it. Now, when you're running, if you need it, take walk breaks. Walk breaks are totally fine. I've been running for over a year now since I've started running again. I take walk breaks sometimes because, especially when I've really pushed myself too much in the beginning, because I want to like do my best when I push myself too much. Take walk breaks if you need, like it's totally fine. So consistency is the key. It's about building stamina and also mental discipline. You want to try to run maybe 2 to 3 times a week, which isn't a lot, to be honest. If you think about it, it's a decent amount of time, especially if you're just going twice a week. That's totally doable. With each run, you'll just keep getting better and like making progress, slowly increasing your pace and like the kilometers as you go along, and you'll notice that the consistency that you put in will have a payoff. So music and podcast, like this is an important one. You want to have music that you love, that you enjoy, or like a podcast that you're interested in. This can help time just kind of like fly by. Sometimes I'm like on a run and like I'm distracted because I'm listening to the song or I'm listening to the podcast. Before I know it, like I've done my kilometers and like I'm just like, whoa, okay, well, that was quite easy. But you know what? Talking about that, like I actually did a run the other day without headphones, and being completely present was something really magical. Of course, having great weather as well, by the way, is totally a mood changer. Okay, so how to find motivation. And the best way that I can think about saying this is don't think. Don't think, because the moment you start thinking and like snowballing, you're just going to get into your head and then you're doomed. For example, if you run in the morning, I would say take out your workout clothes, place it somewhere where you can visibly see it. Just wake up the next day and don't think, put your clothes on and get out. The moment you put your foot out of the door, you're just going to be like, right, I'm here now. I gotta go. At the start, and I know the feeling, like it will feel difficult, like, oh my God, I don't want to go. But the moment you hear that you've completed the kilometers that you have wanted to do, you will feel a sense of like accomplishment. And I think that is one of the greatest feelings ever. Yes, I did it. I could do it. And last of all, I would say like challenge yourself. If you started running, you started building your kilometers, why not challenge yourself? Book yourself a run. Book a 5-kilometer run. Book a 10-kilometer run. If you go on Find a Race, I think that's the website. There are so many races, so many runs throughout the year in so many locations, and they do 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers, half marathons. I think they can be quite fun because then you kind of have like a goal that you're pushing yourself towards too, which most people don't know, by the way. But yes, when you book a race or a run or like a marathon, you do have to pay. You pay for the marshals and you pay water that they're supplying you and like for organizing like the event. Best thing when you complete your race, like when you're in the finish line, is that they give you a medal. It was my first official race. I ran Richmond Park. It was such a cool feeling, like getting to the end of the line, the finish line, them giving you a medal right there. And I was just like, yay! And final thing that I wanted to share before I share the rest of the video, if you're in the UK, there are runs called Park Run. Park Run is free, and you can find if your local area has a run. You can run with like a bunch of people. There's usually like 200 to 300 people. Everybody runs like in a park. It's completely free. So if you wanted to try that out, I would suggest go for it. Hope those tips kind of helped. If you have any other questions, let me know. Did it. I did 8K, guys. I couldn't do 10, but it's okay because I'm doing 10 next week. So many hours later, we actually had a 2-hour nap. I know, guys, it's not ideal. Well, an hour and a half. It's not ideal, but you know when you just like after an exercise or just after going out and then you just come home and then you lay in bed and you're just like, this feels really nice. And then you're like, I could just drift off to sleep. Me and my friend, we were talking about this book that she has called Still Like an Artist. And she was telling me like, you really need to read it. I think it's going to be so good for you. It's like talking about like being creative. I was looking on Amazon and I couldn't find the physical book. I could only find the audio book. And then she was like, don't worry, I have the book. I can borrow it to you. The crazy things happened when I was coming back home from our run at a neighbor's house. Like they usually put like stuff outside, like books, toys, puzzles. They always put some little stuff outside, and that's actually how I've built one of the things that I've built this like awesome bookshelf behind me, because neighbors are always putting books out that they don't read. As I was walking down, I saw on the floor and I was looking at the books and I was like, no way, I got the book. I found the book. So crazy. It just means that the book is made for me to be reading it. But anyways, do you guys have any favorite books that I haven't mentioned before, or just in general, do you have any favorite like self-help books that have helped you along that you really recommend? I would love to hear it. Just leave them below and like maybe I'll have a look at them, because I like books. So if you've made it up to here, I just want to say thank you for watching this video. You have reached the end of the vlog. It's just too warm. It's too warm. I feel like, you know what? I'm gonna go get some ice cream. I'm gonna go get some ice cream and then I'm gonna end my day. But the vlog ends here. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in another one.